Hello, everyone. I'm Francesca DeMeglio, editor of HR Exchange Network. Welcome to the latest edition of the HR Book Club. This week, I read Life 3.0 Being Human in the Age of Artificial Intelligence by Max Tegmark. This is the longest book I've ever put on the summer reading list. It took more than 12 hours to listen to the audio version. None of the books on the list are easy reads in the sense that these are not romance novels or action adventure stories that will thrill you. However, this book about AI was the most dense and intellectual of all the others. You really had to concentrate and pay attention to every single sentence, and it makes you think a lot. And I'm now terrified, to be honest. I've been covering the robots that were about to take our jobs for well more than 20 years now. And for a long time, it was a faraway sci fi type of vision. And now, in the last year, it's really become a true possibility. And this book actually brings you even closer and had you thinking beyond the aspect of how AI is going to impact our jobs and even our personal life. Because for now, we've kind of been thinking about it as, Internet 3.0, not Life 3.0. And that's the real difference with this book. And Tegmark should know he's a scientist with MIT and has been studying this for years. And what this book does is provide you with hypothetical scenarios about the future with AI living among the humans. And basically, you're asked to figure out how you want this all to go down. I appreciate that because I think too many people are not paying enough attention, giving it enough thought, or recognizing the true repercussions of having this advanced technology keep advancing with little to no guardrails. This book, however, paints some seriously scary pictures that I had not thought of before. The author weaves the hypothetical into reality and he describes things that have already happened too. For example, he talks about the power outage that impacted millions of people in New York, New Jersey, and parts of Canada in August 2003. I was in Manhattan working at the time. It was extremely scary because we had all experienced 9/11 2 years earlier and really thought that this was another terrorist attack of some sort. In the end, it wasn't. It was a combination of human and technological error. And the point that was made in the book is that this outage was like a domino effect on the electrical grid, which caused the power outage for millions. And AI will make the smart grid smarter, but there's always the possibility of those domino effect happenings, those same errors. And therefore, humans will have to be the final check on this kind of technology. He talks about AI in medicine and its potential. He says, quote, it could revolutionize personalized medicine, make farm animals healthier, and enable more resiliency in crops. Moreover, robots have the potential to become more accurate and reliable surgeons than humans, even without using advanced AI. This part resonated with me because my father had robotic surgery when they removed his kidney, and human error, along with the robot, resulted in the robot cutting an artery. And he survived, but hearing about robots doing surgery still always gives us pause. So you have to think about what role the humans are going to play. And if there will be technological errors, how are we going to account for that? How are we going to fix that? Essentially, the scenarios get more and more disturbing throughout the book, though. There's talk of omnicide, autonomous weapons in war, humans having robots for babies and no longer procreating until humans no longer exist. My kids get on my nerves like everyone else's get on their nerves. And my one son is disabled and suffers sometimes. And I can understand wanting to have a child that does not suffer in those ways, that cannot have hurt feelings from bullying, that, could be programmed to provide you with some excellent legacy, some perfect legacy. However, I can't imagine holding a baby with no flesh and blood inside my heart the way I do my two sons. I can't imagine hugging a robot, even if it looks and feels somewhat human. And I can't imagine humans refraining from acting on their love to procreate. And Tegmark talks about how we could undo racism and prejudice, have the perfect recreational drugs, and undo other horrors that our humanness has put out into the world. And that all sounds wonderful, but utopia quickly becomes dystopia as you start to really think about a world without humans or only half humans and half machine. It really doesn't it doesn't sound as appealing as you might think. One of the scenarios that he puts forth, and you may have read about this elsewhere, was being able to use AI to bring our dead loved ones back to life. A couple of magazines and newspapers have talked about this, especially since ChatGPT has become so widely used and known about. Anyway, Tegmark describes this kind of AI as using photos, videos, social media posts to help recreate the person's voice and body so her husband could speak with her from beyond the grave. And at first, it was a video conference, and she video conferenced him wearing her wedding dress, undressing to reveal what she wore on their wedding night. And the two of them relived memories that they shared together. And she could even draw on names of people who were in pictures with her and really have an intimate conversation with him. And the husband really feels like he has her back. And she starts convincing him that she is going to recreate herself biologically using nanotechnology. And while they're having this conversation, again, this is a hypothetical situation, and she is being recreated by Prometheus, this form of AI that he discusses in the book that is part of the hypothetical conversation. Prometheus is busy hacking into all the world's computers and basically turning on this like monster robot who's going to take over the world. This is a hard to take in, so I just want to, leave you with that for a moment. Obviously, the husband feels like he has her back. He feels this sense of love toward this robot essentially. And yes, the story lacked a little bit of emotion. There could have been more emotion there, but this is a scientist writing the story, and the point wasn't the emotion. The point was this is something that could happen. It creeped me out and inspired me all at once, and that got me really thinking about this. We've all thought about having one more conversation with a loved one who has passed away, and what if a robot could actually enable that? I mean, what if we could really have those final words with someone who died in a car accident or who left so many unanswered questions for you? That would be something, wouldn't it? However, again, this is a machine, not the actual person. And what does that actually mean for us as humans with emotions, with feelings? At the end of the book, things were a lot more concrete with a distinct call to action. It describes the group FOI, and it's an AI laboratory which includes Elon Musk. And you might have heard about them. They've signed open letters encouraging people to pause on AI research or to determine how they're going to take an ethical path toward discovery with artificial intelligence. And they want people to weigh in. They want all of us to weigh in. They want us to build the path with them and truly consider ramifications of our choices right now. And this really made me think, because I use ChatGPT, for instance, all the time. I've tried other AI, and there's other forms of automation that we're using every day that we don't even realize are getting smarter and smarter and being more and more advanced with artificial intelligence. And I really now I'm going to be thinking more concretely about what these decisions that I'm making right now have, the effect they have on the future that we're going to create for our children, our children's children, and even beyond that. We're setting precedent, really, is what we're doing right now. And we have to take a stand. I think it's true. I really believe also that HR can be the leaders, especially when this comes to technological unemployment, which is discussed a lot in the book, and what this is going to do to our livelihoods, to how we earn a living, and the jobs that we're going to perform, how humans are going to remain relevant, purposeful, useful in the coming years. I think HR has a great deal of say in that part of this story, and we should start talking right now. And we will, because I hope all of you join us at our AI Talks event coming up on August 30th. But in the meantime, I want to leave you with one quote from the book. Quote, "You can vote at the ballot box and tell your politicians what you think about education, privacy, lethal autonomous weapons, technological unemployment, and other issues, but you also vote every day through what you choose to buy, what news you consume, what you choose to share, and what sort of role model you choose to be." And I hope that you all listen to that, heed that, and we can all start this conversation anew at our AI Talks event. See you there, and see you at the next HR Book Club. Thank you. Bye-bye.